I'm not sure if you are aware of Gutenberg. Have you heard that name ever in your life? Of course, you know what a printer is, right? You are printing your documents today from your devices. Right? Well, initially, printing was not like that. In the 1500s, it was this German guy, Gutenberg, who invented the printer through a series of mechanisms. It's pretty cool. He did. Of course, science have developed all that technique to the point where we have today beautiful books like this, not to mention digital books. By the way, Gutenberg printed the first book was the Bible, the number one book sold in the history of humankind, the Bible, the Word of God. I want to talk to you today about the importance of reading, and this is a super cool book. It's super cool. It has poetry, and the author is Eduardo Villator, my dad. So this is the title of the book, Recuerdos del Olvido. And we are selling it here in Victory Church. I'm kidding. This is not for sale. Oh, and in fact, there is a picture of my dad here. Maybe you can see it. There you go. Eduardo, my dad. So he was a writer. And there are poems here about many things, interesting things, our family. He mentions my name, some of the pages there. But you know that it's interesting when you read, publishing a book, and I have published also, I believe, 35 books. Publishing a book is not an easy task. It requires a lot of study and editing. It's not simple, complicated, but the effort behind a book is tremendous. You will find mistakes in a book. Tracy will find them. Because she is my editor and she always says, no, there is a comma that we need here. No, after the period, you do this, stuff like that. So, there is a lot of work behind the book, but when the book is published, released, it is cool. Because when you are reading, it is like now that you are listening. It is super cool. You go page after page, you read, and you get to know the heart of the writer. Whether it's a novel or poetry or whatever, it's interesting to read. My dad said to me one day, "What are you reading recently?" And I said, "Dad, I'm not reading anything like you will say, like a novel or something like that. What are you reading?" And I said, "I'm reading a manual." "Manual?" He said. "Well, what type of manual?" And I said, "It's assembler." "What's that?" I said, "It's a basic programming language for computers. Many of you never heard about that language, assembler. Super difficult to write code with that. Super difficult." Well, I did. I learned assembler and I wrote programs in assembler. That was in the 80s when I was in school. 80s. Anyways, he said to me, "Well, it's okay because you need it for your career, your work. But keep reading. Keep reading." That's what I said to you today, my friend. Keep reading. Read something. Educate yourself. You can do it. And if you happen to find this online somewhere, if you read Spanish, Recuerdos del Olvido by Eduardo Villator, my father.